Welcome to the Gold IRA Blueprint Podcast. I know you're here because, just like a lot of people, you're looking forward to a comfortable retirement, but also, concerned about all those uncertainties that can pop up and impact your savings.
Yeah, you've worked hard for it.
Exactly. So today we're going on a deep dive exploring gold IRAs as a potential strategy
That's right.
to not just grow your wealth, but also safeguard it for the long haul.
Absolutely.
So our mission today is to really unpack the benefits of gold IRAs and address those common misconceptions that are out there.
Right.
And help you figure out if adding gold to your retirement plan is the right move for you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. As we get closer to retirement, that focus often shifts, right?
Yeah.
From like that aggressive growth to preserving what we've built up.
You want to protect it.
Exactly. And that's where diversification comes in.
That's right, because you always hear diversification is key.
Yeah.
But I think what surprises people is that even if you have a well-diversified portfolio
Right.
with your stocks and bonds, it might not be enough to weather certain economic things that happen.
Oh, absolutely.
When you talk about that a little more.
Yeah. Think about it this way. Stocks and bonds, they often move in the same direction as the overall market.
Makes sense.
So when the market takes a hit, even if you're diversified, you can still feel it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where non-correlated assets come in.
Okay.
These are assets that tend to move independently of the stock market.
Gotcha.
So they can offer a buffer during those downturns.
Okay.
And gold has historically been one of the most reliable ones.
Okay, that makes sense. But why gold? What makes it so special?
Right.
Why not real estate or fine art?
Great question. What sets gold apart is its inherent stability and its history of performing well when things are uncertain.
During those uncertain times.
Yeah, unlike currencies that are subject to government manipulation and inflation,
Right.
gold has intrinsic value.
Interesting.
It's a finite resource.
That's true.
The supply is limited, and it's been recognized as a store of value for centuries.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay.
We have some research that tells a story about John, who was 64, and getting really anxious about inflation eating away at his savings.
I can imagine.
So he decided to put a portion of his retirement into a gold IRA.
Okay.
And when inflation was really high, his gold IRA held its value and actually went up.
Wow.
So it's a compelling example of how gold can act as a hedge against inflation.
It absolutely is. John's story is a great illustration of how gold can provide security and stability,
Yeah.
especially when traditional assets are struggling.
Yeah, I know that the term gold IRA might sound a little intimidating to some people.
I understand.
They might assume it's only for the ultra-wealthy or that it's too complicated.
Yeah, let me assure you, gold IRAs are more accessible than you might think, and setting one up is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
You start by opening an account with a custodian who specializes in precious metals.
Okay.
Then you fund that account, either through a rollover from an existing retirement account.
Like a 401k.
Exactly, or by making new contributions.
Gotcha.
Once your account is funded, you work with your custodian to purchase gold, which is then stored securely in an IRS-approved depository.
So it's like setting up a traditional IRA, but with gold as the primary investment.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So you have your custodian, who is like your account manager, and then the depository is like a high security vault for your gold.
Exactly.
And if you are ready to take that next step, we have a resource for you.
Okay.
Head over to goldirblueprint.com/Ardo, exclusive for a free checklist
Great.
that will guide you through choosing the right gold IRA company. Think of it as your roadmap to making those informed decisions.
Perfect. That checklist is a great tool to have. Now let's address some common misconceptions about gold IRAs. One big one is that they're only for the wealthy.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
The truth is, there are custodians who work with a wide range of investors with options for people with modest savings.
That's good to hear because financial security should be for everybody.
It should be.
What about the idea that all gold dealers are the same?
Well, you're right. It's really important to do your research and choose a reputable gold dealer with a proven track record.
Yeah.
Positive customer reviews and transparent practices. Look for dealers who have certifications and industry awards.
Okay.
Those are good signs of their legitimacy.
So just like you wouldn't buy a car from just anybody.
Exactly.
You want to make sure that they have good reputation and stand behind their product.
It's about trust and peace of mind, knowing your investment is in safe hands.
Now, another concern we hear a lot is that setting up a gold IRA is just too complicated.
Right.
What would you say to somebody who feels overwhelmed by that?
I would reassure them that with the right guidance and support, it can be pretty straightforward.
Right.
A reputable custodian will walk you through each step from opening the account and funding it
Hmm.
to purchasing the gold and ensuring its secure storage.
So they're there to help?
They are there to simplify the process and answer any questions you might have.
So it sounds like gold IRAs are more accessible and manageable than people might think. But let's say you're ready to take that leap.
Okay.
What are some key factors you should consider when choosing a gold IRA provider?
You're right. It's a crowded marketplace, and choosing the right provider is really important to your success. Research and due diligence are super important.
Yeah, you can't just go to the first one you see.
Nope. Don't just go with the first company you see.
Yeah, look beyond the marketing
Exact.
because everybody's trying to sell you something.
They are.
So where do you start? What are some red flags to look out for?
Start with their reputation. Customer reviews, certifications, industry awards, those are all really good signs of a provider's credibility.
It's like checking online reviews
It is.
for a hotel or restaurant,
Exactly. We rely on the experiences of others
right?
to help us make decisions, and a gold IRA provider should be no different.
It's the wisdom of the crowd.
Yeah,
If they have a good rating and positive feedback, that's a good sign.
it is.
What else should people be paying attention to?
Fees. This is a big one. You don't want to pay too much in fees and have that eat into your returns.
Yeah.
So compare fees very carefully.
Mhm.
Make sure they have transparent pricing and that you understand what you're paying for.
Fees can be sneaky
They can.
and add up over time.
Yes, it's like the fine print in a contract.
Right.
You really got to read it carefully.
Okay, what else?
Customer service. Don't underestimate the importance of good customer service.
Hmm.
You want a provider who is responsive, knowledgeable, and really invested in helping you.
Yeah, you want someone you can call.
Yes, ideally, you should feel like you have a trusted advisor, someone you can call with any questions or concerns.
Someone to help you out.
Exactly.
Now I'm curious about the actual gold.
Okay.
Do all gold IRA providers offer the same types of gold?
That's a great point. Some providers just focus on gold, while others offer more precious metals,
Okay.
like silver, platinum, palladium.
Interesting.
Having that flexibility can be really helpful. It lets you further diversify your gold IRA and tailor it to your risk tolerance and goals.
So you could have a mix of different precious metals in your IRA.
You could. That adds another layer of diversification.
All right, cool.
It's like a diversified portfolio within a diversified portfolio.
I like that.
This strategy can help lower risk even more and provide a stronger hedge against changes in the economy.
So we've talked a lot about the details of gold IRAs,
We have.
but what really stands out to people are the stories of those who have used them.
Absolutely.
Is there a story from our research that really sticks out to you?
There's one about a couple, Mary and Steve.
Right.
They're both 70, and they always relied on a traditional mix of stocks and bonds for retirement.
So they follow the classic advice.
They did. But after a really rough time in the market, they started to get worried.
Yeah, you don't want to see your savings disappear.
Exactly. They wanted something more stable, something that would give them peace of mind during retirement.
It's that feeling of vulnerability.
They did.
Like your savings are at the mercy of things you can't control.
Right. And that's what led Mary and Steve to look into gold IRAs.
Makes sense.
They decided to put some of their portfolio into gold.
Okay.
And it was a real game changer for them. Having gold as part of their retirement plan gave them a security they hadn't felt before.
It's like an insurance policy.
Exactly. Gold can act as a safety net, protecting you against market swings and economic uncertainty.
Now we have listeners who want to take that first step toward a gold IRA
I bet.
and learn more.
If you're ready, a great place to start is goldirablueprint.com, First Select exclusive.
There you'll find a free checklist
Yes.
packed with tips to help you choose the right gold IRA company for your needs.
It's a great resource that can save you a lot of trouble.
It can.
It'll walk you through all the important things to consider,
Okay.
like fees and reputation, customer service, and the different precious metals offered.
It's all about making informed decisions.
That's
It's
okay.
like having this personal guide through the whole world of gold IRAs.
Yeah.
And we've covered a lot today.
We have.
We talked about diversification and the unique qualities of gold, the how-tos of setting up and managing a gold IRA.
Mm-hmm.
We debunked some myths and highlighted what to look for when choosing a provider.
Right.
But let's take a step back for a second.
Okay.
What does it all mean for someone who is getting ready for retirement
Right.
or already in retirement
Right.
and wants to protect what they've saved.
I think the key is that gold IRAs can offer real security and peace of mind,
Yeah.
especially in these uncertain times. We've seen how gold has done during times of inflation and market downturns.
Right. Yeah.
And we've heard from people like John and Mary and Steve who have really benefited from having gold as part of their retirement plan.
Absolutely.
It's about having that safety net and protecting yourself against uncertainty.
That's a great point.
And potentially keeping your purchasing power strong even when things are tough.
And it's not about putting all your eggs in one basket.
No, not at all.
It's about finding that right balance for you.
Right.
And your risk tolerance.
Yeah.
A gold IRA can be a valuable part of a well-diversified portfolio.
It can.
It works together with your other investments to make a more resilient strategy.
Exactly. You don't have to replace all your investments with gold.
No.
But think about strategically putting a portion of your retirement savings into this historically stable asset.
Okay, so before we wrap up, let's remind our listeners about that resource we mentioned.
Yes, that's a great idea.
If you want to explore gold IRAs more and learn how to get started, go to goldirblueprint.com/exclusive.
That's right.
And you'll find a free checklist there.
You will.
It will walk you through choosing the right gold IRA company for your needs.
It's got everything from fees to reputation to customer service.
Yeah.
And the types of metals offered.
So it's like having a roadmap
It is.
for navigating the world of gold IRAs.
Exactly.
I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
We've explored how gold IRAs can make for a more secure and comfortable retirement.
Right.
But the most important step is yours.
It is.
What are your goals for retirement? What worries you about your financial future?
Yeah.
How could adding a gold IRA to your plan give you that peace of mind we've talked about?
Those are the questions to think about as you move forward.
They are.
And remember, securing your financial future starts with taking action today.
Right?
Don't wait for a crisis to hit
No.
before you start protecting your savings.
That's right.
Explore your options, gather information, and make those smart choices that work for your goals.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into gold IRAs.
It's been great.
We hope you found it insightful and helpful.
I hope so too.
Until next time,
Yeah.
may your retirement be filled with golden opportunities.